good, ladies and gentlemen? It is another new episode of the Crisp Logic Podcast. The dynamic duo is back in the building. It is your boys, Jordan Frost Mitchell, and I'm accompanied by my homie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back at it. Zay Green, we here, and we back at it. So give y'all another episode to enjoy, and hopefully it's sweet music to y'all's ears.
No doubt, we got an interesting subject to discuss on this one here, brother, because more NBA news. We a little late to the party, but you know us, we like to make sure we got the facts in order and make sure we're knowledgeable about our subjects before we go spewing off nonsense, or as I call it, suffering from the low-hanging fruit syndrome or logic. That's one new thing. So, but brother, I know we are recording for the first time, man. How was your vacation, man? I know you had a nice little vacation that you went on prior to.
Yes, sir. That vacation was lovely. It was much needed. Besides getting sick at the tail end of it, being in a capsule with 6,000 people, it was inevitable. But being able to hit the DR, PR, and or Puerto Rico, and then St. Thomas, it was lovely. So I can't complain. At all. First cruise, lovely. If y'all ain't did one, do one. I think y'all guys will enjoy it. You don't got to do a 7-day like I did. It can be shorter, but yeah, it exceeded my expectations.
That's fire, man. Yeah, I did my first one back in 2022 to Bermuda, and I tell people it's definitely worth the investment, man. Like, I know a lot of people be scared of getting out there on that water, but I tell people, man, you're selling yourself short if you don't go and enjoy it, man. Like, it's especially on those longer ones, man. I'd probably say, start off small, do like a little 3 or 4 day, or if you want to swing for the fences, be like Zay, big 7-day cruise, big dog.
Yeah.
So, but nonetheless, man, we got some NBA's topic or NBA-ish topics to discuss here. Obviously, a lot of stuff's been going on in the media here surrounding some superstars here, but the first subject and superstar we're going to discuss is the Minnesota Timberwolves superstar guard Anthony Edwards, a.k.a. the Ant-Man, a.k.a. possibly Michael Jordan's son from another multiverse.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Another conversation for another day, though. But
that's crazy.
Nah, man, Ant-Man. I mean, obviously, he's definitely like really been like a breakout like superstar in the past couple of years. Man, keep getting better and better. But unfortunately, we are not here to discuss his on the court accolades and action here of late. It is the off the court saga. Child paternity situation involving him and Mrs. Aisha Howard. Still trying to find out exactly what has brought her to relevance, outside of content creation and social media. But obviously, man, the stories out there, man. Ant-Man just had a baby with her, and unfortunately, this was not how things were intended based on everything that is leading up to the latest results. But if y'all have not been paying attention,
you sure it's not how it was intended? You sure about that?
Well, let me cook here. Here's why I say that, because if I understood it correctly, he wasn't trying to have the baby with her. If I'm understanding it correctly, correct me if I'm wrong here. He provided her funds to go have the abortion from their now child that they had, Aubrey, that they had together. But if I understood it correctly, he wound up giving her money to go have an abortion and not follow through with the pregnancy. She clearly duped him and decided to have the baby anyway.
Yeah, so it wasn't a little $300. He wired her $100,000,
which that's crazy. I know abortions ain't running that high, but that is crazy for $100K.
Wow. So it's wild, and we'll deep dive more into it as we get through it, because the wilder side of that is, it's she wild for real. So,
like, I don't get it. He provides you not only the basic funds to take care of the said abortion and not follow through with the pregnancy, but I mean, 100 stacks is 100 stacks. It's nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, she pulls a flim flam and decides, hey, I got a golden ticket, a kid of an NBA or professional NBA player / professional athlete / superstar money bag, generator. essentially. And we've heard some nasty cases through the years. I mean, don't get me started on like the PJ Washington situations of the world and other people that have absolutely gotten fleeced by the legal system when it comes to child support and payouts for it. But that's another subject because at the end of the day, you know what you're doing. If you're rolling the dice going in a raw dog, these could be the potential consequences. So let that be a lesson to aspiring athletes out there. 1866, wrap it up.
That's crazy.
Old school BET logic there, man. It's 80s baby logic right there, boy. But
Yes, it is.
this is infuriating to me, man, on so many different levels. This is in the fact that she has now officially on the record for like trying to defend her actions and acting like men are coming after her because of her body and who she is and all this other stuff. Because I forget who the other person that she's had a baby by, but
Wham. Little baby.
Brand new whip got no keys. But basically she got brand new whip with no keys. But no, this is crazy, man. It's like I'm sorry. I'm one of those guys that firmly believe gold digging, extortion, that stuff still exists. And you can't tell me that these women are purposefully getting involved with guys that got bags, like got generational bags available here at their disposal, man. The fact that she's really trying to like get on the soapbox and plead the fact that, she's being unfairly targeted and criticized about being a gold digger and all this other stuff. I'm like, ma'am, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, quickety quack. Like, stop it. Stop. Why else would you be involved with him? You can have a natural L7 or average Joe that ain't doing that if you really just wanted to be a mom. Why the millionaire guy? You know what I mean? So I'm frustrated with it because at the end of the day, this is a situation where we got a child that's coming into the world that did not ask to be here. And once they learn about the fact that they were brought into this world and was unable, you know what I mean? Like the father basically just didn't want to be there, basically treated the situation like a tax write-off due to the mom's like deception in the case. It's tough, man. It's really heartbreaking for this child, man. And I'm sorry, man. I have zero sympathy for her in this situation. I mean, I'm actually applauding Anthony Edwards for standing on business. And once the verdict came down and he was obligated to pay, what was it, $5,000 a month over 18 years? That turned into basically a settlement of 1.08 million, which is crazy to me. But that's actually a pretty soft number considering other guys we've seen get raked through the coals for child support in similar cases.
Blake Griffin.
Well, God, I forgot about Blake, boy. Ooh. But yeah, man, your thoughts on this overall situation as far as these two are concerned, man?
Yeah, so it's not mixed emotions that I have about it. It's she did a lot of foul things, like, and so did he. He's not innocent in this, so let's not get that misconstrued at all. The issue that I have with the situation is, me personally, I am not for abortion, but I'm also not in the camp of trying to take away a woman's rights, reproductive rights, and her decision. I'm a man. I don't feel I should have any say in that. So, I'll be pro-choice on that matter. Like, it's her body; she can make the decision. However, when the communication is done through text, that shit is, in essence, the equivalent of being on paper. The shit is permanent. The shit is there. And we have text messages from that encounter months ago before the baby was even born. And, she stated that, she wanted to keep the baby. She did state that in the original text messages. And I get that. Like I said, her body is her choice. She can make that decision. He told her then that he didn't want it. Don't keep it. You knew what it was between us. Don't make it more than what it was. And she was like, no, I want to keep it. And even in those text messages, she said, you don't have to be there. I want to keep it. That's fine. However, if you make that stance, don't circle back a couple days later or a week later or whatever it was and be like, hey, that $100,000 hasn't hit my account. Where is it at? And, he's like, yo, like, why are you hitting my line? I don't send that. My manager handles that. Blah blah blah. He go get it to you. Blah blah blah. You know, so for you to circle back on that and be like, yo, where is the? At that point, we can't say that it's not about the money. Like it has to be about the money. So yeah, like it's a weird situation, but you know, when she makes that stance of like, I want to keep it, but then you can't circle back about the money when it doesn't hit your account fast enough. You see that you wanted the baby or you wanted the money, and she got both in her case. Like you said, her baby father of her oldest, I don't know if it's her oldest child. I'm not sure exactly how many she has, but I know it's an older child
Right.
that she has a little baby, and he's also on child support. And so she's also getting that, but monthly, not a cash settlement. And Ant got off easy with the settlement. 5K settlement is a breeze for somebody like him. Like he's already re-up. He's already $200 million man. The fact that he only got off with 5K, he got off slight. And yeah, like, you know, people were like, oh, he made a power move. You know, he making a new wave. Ladies and gentlemen, he's not. And the reason he's not is the average man can't do that. He's a one percenter. A one percenter can make that. You can call that a one percenter power move. Like even if your child support is, you know, $200, $200 a month, you know, and you want to be like, oh, I'm gonna cash that out right now. You stroke a check for $43,000 right now.
Boy,
not for 43,000.
Hey, no, I sure can't either. I definitely can't write no check.
So that's not the average. That's not the average person's life. Right. Like even on a $200 child support, which isn't really supporting the child at all, in my opinion.
Nope.
But yeah, that's not a power move. Like he's not creating a new lane. Like he's not innovating. He's not trailblazing. So I hate that he's getting that type of a moniker. I do hate that. But at the same note, I kind of get it. But people need to come back to reality and realize, even if you just if your child support amount is $200 a month, you're still not that guy to cut that check in most cases. So yeah, like that's how I feel about it. I also hate the fact that she went online to defend it. Like at this point, you just got to let it be what it is and roll with the punches. Like the media, not media, but you know, social media, they go say what they want about you. They go have their opinions. And like they go call you X, Y, and Z. You a gold digger. You this. You do everything for the money. And truth of the matter is, you got the money. Your other baby dad is also a well-known, famous rapper that is rich, as you wanted to point out. And then to also go to the point of shaming people, you be like, well, what if I went on your page and looked at your baby daddy? And it was like, you chose to be broke. Like, what are we talking about, Aisha? Like, she blew me with that angle she tried to take to defend herself. Like, just shut up. Like, you need a publicist. Like, just shut up. Like, you got the money. Shut up. Like, you making it worse. Like, to have a baby dad that can put you into the 1%, and then you're going to shit on the 98% is crazy. It's crazy when you're an influencer. Like, you're impacting your direct audience.
Exactly.
Like, you're an idiot, and someone needs to take your damn phone away. You're an idiot, Miss Howard.
Not an idiot. Chill. Stall around,
idiot. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's super corny, like across the board. Like, and we've seen this episode so many times, like to the point where I'm like, it's rinse, wash, and repeat. This is just a modern wrinkle, and you know, like you said, he's definitely a 1%er that has the means, obviously, to basically just write this off, you know, as a quick settlement and go on about his life, man. But it's just so like trash, man. Like I'm sorry, like, and then I'm sure there's probably somebody out there that's gonna try to, die on the hill trying to defend her actions. But I'm sorry, there's no alternate way of looking at it. There's no gray area. There's no alternate facts. She's corny as hell for not only following through with the original agreement to abort, which I get it, you're her body, her choice. I'm all for pro-choice, but she's definitely on some snake oil salesman nonsense with that. Like, come on, bro. You can't pay me to believe that you didn't go in with those kind of intentions to begin with. And I'm not mad for and for like wanting to get a paternity test just to make sure. I mean, if I'm reading this correctly, it looks like you said earlier. I think you kind of hinted at it without saying it that she had a baby with little baby, if I'm understanding it correctly.
Yep.
And another thing, how old is she again, bro? She's like,
that was going to be my next point, bro. She is 38 and he is 23.
Bro, like she.
Yeah, so why you got to that? Let me expound on that. And
Go
look,
ahead.
I'm not.
What you cook?
I'm from the camp of he's an adult and she's an adult, right? I'm with all that. I get that.
Yeah.
But let's play devil's advocate, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate on a few situations with this, right?
All right.
If this shit was flipped and he was 38 and she was 23, do you know what type of Diddy type of
oh boy
responses he would be getting right now? And he's a predator, and when she was born, she was a sophomore in high school, blah, blah, blah. Like it'd be crazy the backlash that he would get. And that's the double standard that we live in with social media. Like she is 16, 15 years older than him. 16, 15 years older than him. And you can easily say that she preyed on him. I'm not going to necessarily go that route because he also made the decision. Because I'm going to say this. Like, my boy, Jalen Green, another NBA player, he kind of said it best. All right. And what I mean by that is when you're growing up, especially in this day with social media, you have access to look at women that are IG models. They're on TV. You have access to them. The reason I bring this up because his baby mom is Drea. It's like this. Yeah. I think it's actually a bigger, but even with that, Drea is still bad to this day.
Oh yeah,
Drea is still bad to this day. So even though he's 23 and Drea I think is 41, I think something like that.
Insane.
Like, hey, Jalen, he's seen his shot, and that nigga shot. And
facts.
People like, oh, he hit down one of them ones. Well, I say, that's the notion that he get. But if it was flipped, predator. Like,
oh yeah, absolutely, bro. I mean, not that I'm absolving the guy that I loosely just referenced. I mean, but look at the situation involving Marcus Houston and the girl that he decided to be with. Massive difference, and they are quietly nailing Mr. Houston to the cross for being with somebody half his age. You know what I mean?
Well.
And I know that gets deeper.
Like his all right. So his isn't the same. And the reason I say that is because there's no way.
I tried to say
no, there was no saving. You don't want to be saved. Don't save him. Look.
Go ahead.
He married her when she was 18. They were talking before she was 18.
Well before that. He was definitely on Karl Malone time with her.
So that's crazy. I ain't gonna say he been talking to her for 4 years. That's crazy. But yeah, it was definitely dialogue and confessions of feelings before this young woman was 18. And Marcus, you can't do that, sir.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. So I get where you tried to go, and I hate that you tried to use him as an example. I actually despise you for that. We're gonna talk about that offline. We're gonna have a come to Jesus meeting.
Not a come to Jesus. It was the closest thing I could think of, man.
That was because that was crazy. That was crazy.
Aside of the underage nonsense, there is some polarity between them two. But yeah, another conversation for another time. that one you might sign up when we launch our Patreon page. I might have to get access to that conversation later. But anywho, nonetheless, man, it's definitely like it is predatory. I mean, in both situations, I'm like, you just can't. I mean, like it's heralded when a guy pulls like a woman that's significantly older in that regard. But
Right.
like you said, it's look at how they was going at. Well, even though, geez, I can't defend nothing that he does right now. But I'm
Who?
like the guy that you also just referenced right before, equally diabolical with Diddy.
Who?
Take that.
Hey, that tagline just became so much worse, didn't it? Like this thing to say "take that" is crazy. Like,
yeah, take that will never be the same, brother. It's there's I mean, we could keep going. Can't stop, won't stop. You know what I mean? Like it's yeah. Nah, we're gonna have a whole another episode about
the signs are always there.
They are definitely there. We should have known. Like, I'm gonna throw this one quick jab at Diddy and call it day, but we should have known there was some merit behind the nonsense spewing behind him when he went back and messed with a girl that his son used to date. I'm like, come on, bro. Like, what are we talking about here? But I digress. Totally.
Hey, you say all that, and I'm gonna lead the Diddy talk at hey, we in America. Yeah, you are innocent until proven guilty.
America. You are, or as Jay said, it might be the other way around. In some cases, guilty until proven innocent.
Oh, it's 100% for him. That is his reality because he getting worse than the OJ treatment. They like on some Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. Like that nigga's guilty.
Yeah, they keep trying to swing with Jay, boy.
To the way like full Uncle Ruckus. Hey, hang that right now. I got the rope right here. Like
they definitely.
That's the way media is with him. Boy, like it is crazy.
They trying, bro. They are swinging for the fences, trying to take down Jay-Z, bro. But until there's some sort of validation that comes out, the man's ironclad. Just tactical, very tactical.
Yeah, but hey, Jay-Z, he good. Like, oh girl dropped his case, so
it was garbage, man. And again, that's another subject for another episode because boy, I got a whole lot to say about Mr. Tony Busby, the guy that keeps always being at the center of these lawsuits against a variety of like people, bro. Like the dude's a legal extortionist, and I'll take it to the grave as far as that goes. Y'all really gonna see me cook whenever we discuss Tony Busby and his collection of like high profile cases that he tends to chase or be at the center of. But another day. But we're gonna switch it up here, man. I think we're all in agreement that Aisha Howard is a certified gold digger, and I applaud Ant-Man for
because she ain't messing with no broke niggas.
Oh yeah, absolutely, definitely. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke nigga. Get down, girl. Go ahead, get down. But
get down, girl. Go ahead, get down.
But nah, man. I'm sorry. She's corny, and I'm gonna leave it at that. As far as Aisha Howard goes, enjoy the 1.8 million, and please spend it wisely. And please do the right thing and spend it on the daughter,
the baby.
Please.
Like, and yeah, like I actually wasn't even gonna call her corny until that post she did defending herself. That's in my opinion, that's what made her corny.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But once I heard that, I'm like, that's all I needed to hear. You are a gold digger, ma'am. I'm sorry. You are a professional bag hunter.
Oh, and let me circle back on this real quick before closing it out. Because like I said, Ant is not innocent in this. And keep in mind, I'm not gonna say he's a kid, but he kind of is a kid.
Oh, he's still definitely operating on kid time, bro.
Because this woman, he's from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Little Baby is an Atlanta rapper. Mm-hmm. So she's from Atlanta, Aisha Howard. And so he had that fixation, like that's one of them ones from the city. Mm-hmm. He had his opportunity to crack and he cracked. Mm-hmm. But also, he has a fetish of busting down rappers' women. Like, because I don't know if you know this, but one of his other baby moms, I don't know if y'all know, he had 4 kids this year. Another one of his baby moms is Chief Keef's baby mom.
Yeah, we definitely got a disturbing trend here.
So he is chasing the Hood Infinity Stones. So
not the Hood Infinity Stones.
So Future's baby mom is coming next. So we're gonna look out for that. I don't know if we could be able to crack Drake's baby mom. She been deported and she in Germany, so maybe not. That may be the time stone.
That's
right?
insane. Yeah.
But yeah, like so he's but circle back, he's not absolved of that.
For a soul.
But keep in mind, I understand he did the settlement and he's young. And people were like, not people are like, it is the victim in this is the daughter. She's gonna grow up knowing that her dad didn't want her. And it'll be very public. However, also keep in mind that he's young, so he can mature and understand the magnitude of what he did and try and then become active in the child's life. Yeah. That door is not 100% closed.
It never is. It never is.
So keep that in mind. And then, like I said, I'm not saying that as something to absolve him. This isn't absolvable, but that is still a reality that he could mature. He could realize that he made a mistake and decide to be in the child's life later on. It was like, will they do it with open arms? Probably not. But that's a bridge that he will have to cross because it also is a bridge that he helped build.
Yeah, we're in the land of second opportunities and second chances. I mean, and I definitely think it could happen. I hope for the child's sake that it does happen, because this is a nasty situation that this child is being brought into unfairly, and then something that this baby girl did not ask for. At the end of the day, she did not again ask to be here, and God knows under these circumstances, man, I just couldn't. Like it's disturbing, bro. It's disturbing, but she'll never be able to understand like the root cause about it all. She'll just have to see that in this particular moment that both her parents are irresponsible.
Yeah, for sure.
Irresponsible. One night of bad decision making is going to turn to a lifetime of pain, struggle, and I'm praying for everybody involved redemption at some point. So
I definitely think it was more than one night, but I get your sentiment.
Yeah, but again, that's all it takes is one night to ignite, essentially.
True.
So, but nonetheless, man, we wish the Mr. Edwards and Mrs. Howard and the baby girl the best. And again, hopefully they all reach a point at a certain point in time to where things are more amicable amongst them all, for sure. Definitely rooting for Aubrey, for certain.
Yep, for sure.
So we're going to switch gears here. We got another hot subject, and I apologize that I misspoke at the top because in the week of like work chaos and other things going on, when you first initially said Nico in our pre-podcast talk, I thought you was talking about the general manager for the Mavericks, and I'm like, this isn't a big episode. And then I had to take a double take at our outline. I'm like, whoa, no, we need to talk about that Nico, the other Nico, and the other Nico that I'm talking about. And I'll make
Nico,
sure
I'm a leaving. Nico, I'm a leaving.
Not I'm a leaving. Hey, chill, bro. Not Nico, I'm a leaving. That is beautifully played, man. That is the beauty of a podcast, is where you can improv off the cuff. So, but Nico, I am a leaver. If I got
I'm
that
a leaving.
Right.
I'm a leaving.
Nico, I am a leaver. Former Texas. Yeah, I can't believe Tennessee. Former Tennessee starting quarterback has officially entered the transfer portal after being dismissed by head coach Josh Heupel of the Volunteers program due to a dispute over the growing monster that is now become NIL, aka name, image, and likeness. And this is a subject that has been so dynamic. And before we get into dissecting how this situation is played out, I just want to highlight the fact that I am glad that the athletes are now getting paid. It should have been happened a long time ago. I'm glad that these, that even unfortunately some people had to like lay their careers and reputations on the line, take a lot of heat for it to get to this point. And I'm glad to see that these athletes are able to earn bags and get what they're worth, considering how much money, especially when it comes to college football, how much revenue is generated off of that sport alone. I'm glad to see that they get 8 bags. However, there's always 3 sides to a story, but I'm focusing on the simple fact that there are no guardrails, no restrictions, apparently, this is the Wild West as far as like how guys are able to enter the transfer portal, get paid, get all types of bags and offers, man. It's really going away from playing for the love of the sport, man. And it's literally like they're professional athletes now, pretty much, man. Like it's getting out of hand. But with Nico in particular, if I'm understanding the story correctly, Nico or his camp basically had advised him to seek out larger compensation. I do believe his NIL package before was for just shy of $2 million previously. But obviously with his performance coming off of his freshman year, the showcase of potential, even though Tennessee got massacred by Ohio State in the playoffs, go Buckeyes, defending national champs, Buckeyes. Even though he did well in that game in a losing effort, I thought that the future was very bright for this young man. And we were going to see him play a lot of good football for the Volunteers for years to come, man. But apparently that's not going to happen because his camp requested for more compensation based on other quarterbacks going to other universities via the transfer portal and securing larger paydays and not being quite as talented as Nico. Excuse me. Yeah. So where does this leave us, man? Like Nico has basically been dismissed by the program and apparently has not picked up a lot of traction in the transfer portal since it opened a few days ago. And some teams are just simply waiting to see when the dust settles and what he's really worth and valued at this point, man. But your thoughts on Nico's team to not only demand more money, but obviously kind of set his path in motion to hit the transfer portal after what was looking like a long-term, opportunity at Tennessee. What's your thoughts on the situation?
Yeah, so my thoughts on the situation is, well, we're here, and it happened faster than I thought we would. I didn't think it would be year 3 of the NIL.
Yeah,
but I'm not 100% surprised by it. And it sounds like, not throwing you under the bus, but you haven't been fully aware of what's been updated on the whole situation. So for starters, Nico is no longer in the portal. He has committed to UCLA.
Gotcha. Did that happen today or
yesterday?
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
And it was coincidentally less than the $2 million that he was getting from Tennessee. That's the apparent package. Is that he is getting around like 1.4 from UCLA. But with new developments, it's been a lot of things that have come out, and I'm like, it doesn't quite add up. I don't think old Rocky Top has been honest about everything.
We got some tea here.
So in essence, because if it was truly the case of what been being reported, a few institutions should be in trouble. And I know it's NIL is like, it's not really frowned upon. It's not infractions, but I still think there are infractions. You still have to go through proper protocol channels,
right,
to communicate with the athletes. So, it's reported that Nico skipped out on practice, didn't show up to a meeting,
right,
and then said, "I want more money." In a matter of one day, you're off the team. You're gone.
Right.
I think that's cap. Like, you're not moving that fast off a 5-star. That's a one. 2, I heard that it came out and said that the reason that Heupel, if you guys don't know, Heupel is the head coach at Tennessee. The reason that he found out about this, that he wanted more money, is because a man that you despise, Dan Lanning, contacted him and said that he's seeking more money.
Oh, Dan Lanning, my favorite head coach.
So for that to happen, that means that you've been in communication with him and his team prior to him being entered in the portal. So that also means that, Oregon, you were probably seeking him out. But so that's one thing that's fishy. 2, Nico hasn't spoken at all.
Nothing. There's been not a peep out of him directly. There's been alleged rumors from his camp, but not him directly.
Yeah, and then at the same time, this is natural progression of, you know, your worth in the workplace. Like, I get that he's a student athlete, and people still want to go back and forth on whether athletes should be paid. I think they should be paid. It's a multi-billion-dollar a year industry,
right?
And the greatest employee model ever. $multi-billion a year. You don't got to pay your employees. If I was a CEO, where the hell do I sign up?
Boy.
So I get it. But no, they deserve to be paid. And I understand people are like, oh, they are receiving full ride educations. You know, most people that go to college, they're not afforded that opportunity, and they leave with a lot of debt. I get that. But also, those other students aren't the reason that the school is making money. It's like they're missing that key factor. They're contributing to the bottom line of the university. And yes, they are too, because they're paying their tuition, but they're also generating more money beyond that $45,000 a year.
Contracts, endorsements, merchandise sales.
Right. That they are getting. So, you know, and also this is also like an NFL type of a thing. You always hear about the top guys and what they're making. Everybody isn't making multi-millions on these rosters. It's the top guys that are making money, and then this guy's making money to get by. It's the nature of the beast. We hear about the Nikos and we hear about the Carson Becks because they're the big names in college football. So yeah, we're hearing about their NIL deals, and we seen, you know, with us being here in Columbus, we see, you know, not everybody, but, you know, the 10 players that are on the Riker commercials in their new cars, or with the MAG commercials on the radio. Right. Like, we see that, but we're naming 20 guys on a 125 man roster. You know, people are like, oh, there's not that many people, because I play NCAA football 2025 and I got to cut my roster down 85. That's the travel roster. There's also a home roster. You know, they can only travel with so many. So
exactly.
And everybody doesn't get NIL deals. And that's the reason they have a conglomerate, to make sure everybody is getting some piece of the pie.
Exactly.
So that's that. But then when I'm talking about natural, and this is like a natural progression of what NIL is going to become, because I don't care if you're Nico, I don't care if you're Jeremiah Smith, I don't care if you're Jordan Mitchell, and I don't care if you're Xavier Green. If I'm doing a job and the man I see across the street does the same job as I do, but I'm better, but making more than me, I'm trying to get more. That's just natural progression. Yeah. Like, I don't think there's anybody that's going to stand up here and be like, hey, man, Carson Beck just got $4 million, but Nico, he not better than Nico. Nico was a better quarterback than Carson Beck, people. He got $4 million to go to Miami. So if I'm Nico and I'm sitting back like, man, Carson just got paid $4. I'm worth at least 4.5, 5. That's natural. That's natural progression.
Very much so.
And, you know, unfortunately, Nico was going to a bad situation with UCLA. You know, for the sake of it, I wish he would have went to like a Oregon or an Ohio State. I would say Michigan, but we got our guy. We good over here, partner. We good over here, partner. And we already paying him 2.4. We good over here, partner. He gonna be every bit of that. So I would like to see him at a bigger school, even if it was Bama. But you know, it is what it is. The cards fell where they may, and this is where we at. I don't think he made. You're gonna look at the money and say he made a mistake, but I think it was more, and I also think it was more to it than just the money. I don't think he's a California kid. I don't think he was truly happy in Tennessee. I think that's gonna come out later. You know, money can make situations better, but even when he originally committed to Tennessee, people was like, "Oh, it has to be because of money." Because why the hell would he go to Tennessee? Like, I know people are like, "Oh, they had Hendon Hooker, they had Milton, and they got drafted. So, they on the up and up as far as quarterback play going. Yeah, on the college level, but both of those are NFL backups. Mm-hmm. Yep, with no shot to playing. Both of them are behind established NFL quarterbacks. Like, Milton's not taking Dak's spot, even though people can't stand Dak. Hendon Hooker is in Detroit, and he's not taking Goff's spot. Goff is cemented up there in Detroit right now. So, they getting them to the league. The last two quarterbacks that got into the league, but what have they done in the league? Like, Nico can go to UCLA and do what they doing. Mm-hmm. So, that's where we're at with NIL. It's just the natural progression of what NIL is going to happen. And we hear a lot sooner than what people thought. And I hate that people are bashing Nico because he's just doing what the normal employee would do. I just left my recent employer and went to another employer. Yeah. Because I was offering more money. Granted, I had offer in hand before I left. You can say that's the difference, but you can't really do that in the world of the transfer portal. You have to enter your name in the hat. You could always go back. Like, he still could have went back to Tennessee. He could have talked it over with Heupel and went back and be like, I think our wires got crossed, and it's not really about the money, but these certain type of things need to be met. Like, and I'm not talking about more than financially. Like I said, I think it's going to come out to where he wasn't truly happy with the way things were going in Tennessee. But this is just where we're at. And it's only going to get, in the eyes of the public, worse from here. This was just the tip. It's not even the tip of the iceberg. It's going to feel like the tip of the iceberg because we're at unprecedented territory. He's going to be looked at as the mortar of the NIL for the eternity because he's the first to hold out, is the way they put it out, for an NIL deal. And then the school be like, pack your, get out. And I don't believe that's the real way that it went down.
Nah, and I'm glad that you brought a light to it as well, too, because even as I've gotten caught up with some of this stuff over the past couple of days, and I definitely do thank you for correcting me on him, like, landing at UCLA. But now, as we're looking at this even further, this talk was even swirling, because obviously when this thing first, like, hit, social media, and it was announced to the world that he was, like, basically leaving under these circumstances, and Tennessee came across as the school that stood their ground and had to, take a stand against, like, the extortion that these players are doing. There was rumors that were actually swirling around saying that he threw that game against Ohio State. Like,
I haven't heard that, but I have heard that. I haven't heard that he threw it because it was more than just him. Like,
it was a lot more than him.
Last time I checked, Nico Collins ain't the damn DB guarding Jeremiah Smith.
He's not a linebacker. He's not a defensive lineman. He's not a DB, like you said. He is not responsible for guarding Jeremiah Smith. That is the defense's job to do so, which they failed horribly at. But this guy, considering the fact that he was playing in that environment and getting, like, multiple helmets cracked due to them being out there at 19 degrees, I remember vividly how cold it was that night after I got off work or whatever. But yeah, man, like, what are we talking about here? The guy, they can't throw the game. I understand that y'all upset at the fact that he wanted more money, and this basically, in which I still say the timing of it all is a little ironic because it all happened right before the transfer portal reopened after all the spring games wrapped up, but another subject for another day.
And what's also crazy about it is I happen to just follow a lot of universities on social media, like their athletic, not even athletic programs, their football programs. So I happen to follow Tennessee. And leading up to this, every promotion was Nico. I mean, like, him through camp, him having the cam on the helmet, giving player, like, POV views of plays and practice, and he was looking good, spinning it. Yep. And for it to happen, it actually kind of blindsided me. Like, damn, like, Nico leaving?
They were, which is great,
like,
right?
So, like, that's the reason I think it was just more than just money. But people can look at that and be like, oh, it's definitely about money. But at the same time, even if it's about money, if you're going to make me 100% of your promo and no other players, you better ante up. Yeah. So I can understand that side too. Like, y'all got me out here with a helmet, with a camera on my helmet,
right? Like
to give y'all more content to post.
Mm-hmm.
So
and promote the product, in which I think it's also there's probably some tampering being involved, because what you said earlier makes perfect sense when you really think about it. If you're Oregon and your business now is not necessarily like recruiting and developing quarterbacks, they're in the rental business right now, bringing a guy that can fit the system, fit the scheme. If you got a chance to possibly pull him away from a team that could be in a way for you down the line, and you might get hints that he's homesick. He's a West Coast kid. You're the premier program out there. The Pac-12 is no longer a thing as it used to be, of course. You're in a bigger conference now in the Big Ten, that you're coming off of the school's one of those more successful seasons in recent history. You clearly need a quarterback. Dylan Gabriel is no longer there, and he's heading to the league. Why not shake the tree and see if you got a shot at possibly landing him? Who's to say that they may have made a potential offer and he goes to Tennessee like, hey, like he might have pulled a Ricky Rowe. People don't know Ricky Rowe is Blue Chips. Great movie for those sports enthusiasts out there. But he might have pulled a Ricky Rowe. Ricky Rowe kind of hit Coach Pete Bell with the old, I've been around, seen a few things, but what I'm asking for is about 30 grand. He put one of them gym bags. If you can match my offer, I'm yours, coach. I'm yours. Like
he could have.
He could easily pull that off if he got offered. Say if they dangled, boss. If they've offered, somewhere in the range of $3 to $4 million to come to Oregon instead of like sticking out in Tennessee, it may have been a situation where Oregon smelled blood in the water. I mean, there were several people that was really going after this kid after that embarrassing loss to Ohio State, even though it's not his fault. You know what I mean? Like, he did what he could on offense, and going up against a juggernaut that just so happened to, start one of the biggest resurgence missions in like college football history. But if you're Oregon and you got an opportunity to lure a kid that, they might have got wind that he was homesick and wants to get back out on the West Coast, you do what you got to do, especially with there being no guardrails in place. I'm sure there's probably no tampering laws. I mean, clearly it can't be. I mean, look at the whole Carson Beck situation. But if you got a chance to rattle the cages a little bit and get this kid's attention, even if it's to take that team's focus off of somebody else that you might be recruiting or going after or whatnot. If you got the opportunity to do it, by all means, until there's rules against it, you gotta exploit it. And I hate the fact that I'm saying that, because I'm talking about Dan Lanning, and I still say that Dan Lanning's a scumbag, but we'll talk about that another time. I know you do.
I love him. As a coach, I love him. But also, just to paint a picture, I know a lot of people may not actually know who Nico is, or the talent that Nico is. He won't do it now because he's already committed to UCLA. Mm-hmm. But Nico isn't just talented enough to where it's like, maybe. Like, it may have been like a for certain thing. Nico, in that Oregon offense, he probably win a Heisman.
Very good chance.
He probably wins a Heisman.
Yep.
Like, he's that talented of at QB. He's better than Dylan Gabriel. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, he's a better athlete, better arm. He's a better quarterback than Dylan Gabriel. And Dylan Gabriel was second or third in the Heisman running this year. Like, you people are like, oh, Jeremiah Smith probably ain't gonna get the targets to be a Heisman at Ohio State, because Ohio State don't know how to keep less than five-star receivers on the field, which I don't fucking get. And they got another one of them ones, and this is a Michigan man talking about that. Another one of them ones coming in, and they got another one of them ones coming in the year after, well, next year. So,
hey, man, wide receiver, man.
Hey, the only thing I can hope is that they see Underwood this year, and Underwood like, hey, y'all, we got some spots. I can spend it to y'all. Come on up here. Come on up here, partner.
Listen to this guy.
It's probably going to end up happening. If he go this year and he's spinning it, receivers gonna start flocking to Michigan. Mark my words on that. They gonna do it.
Running school, though.
We in the school of winning. That's the reason we changed up our whole offense for this kid. I hate that vanilla offense anyway. We can make a whole episode on. I love Michigan, but I hate Michigan's offense. So Yeah, we can deep dive in that later. But yes,
I'm not a fan of the Smash Mouth football.
I like
Imagine.
Smash Mouth football. I don't like vanilla ass offenses. That's the difference. All right, you can run the ball.
Evil genius. Huh?
You can run the ball without 3 tight ends and like it's 1970, and then you get into a third. You get behind the sticks and
big tight ends, big nasty. Sets,
like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, and because every tight end ain't coasting leveling. All right,
big facts.
So we got Colston, had Colston, and he one of them ones.
Yeah.
You know, but we get off topic. But yeah. But yeah, like this is just the land of NIL, and this is where we at. And Nico's one of them ones. He still will get drafted to the NFL. I think he'll still end up being a first round pick. UCLA will improve with him as at QB this year. I would say their ceiling is probably 7 wins with a bowl appearance, but UCLA is a bad football team. So for them to do that, that's speaking something. Like they're not, they don't have any type of natty aspirations. Well, they can have the aspirations. That's not a realistic goal unless something just click on with every player and they healthy all year. Right. 7 wins is their max, and I ain't even looked at their schedule. And I know 7 wins they max, just because they in the Big Ten, and Big Ten is where it's at. So
Big Ten's loaded.
But yeah, this is just where we at within in the course of NIL, and we here the land of where the knuckleheads and the YNs can be knuckleheads and YNs.
Not the YNs, bro.
The YNs, baby.
That's right. So, we're not bound by ESPN or restricted to not being able to use the term YNs. But anyway, but nah, man. But to close it off with the NIL piece of it, man. And this is where, we've had a lot of conversations, with us about the subject of NIL and with them landing with UCLA's program landing a guy like Nico. That goes back to prove my point. Like I said, it's only going to be a matter of time before these schools that are in large markets that have kind of been dormant because of like not having that, being able to flex the marketability that they can do for an athlete. UCLA is Hollywood. This is Southern California. You know what I mean? Like, yes, they're in the Big Ten now, but this is still a big market to promote. Those schools that are in those markets, USC, UCLA, and, out there in LA, Syracuse having like the attraction of New York. You got, Miami on the verge of doing it. Those days of all those teams in the big heralded SEC that have been winning based off of culture, the Bamas, the Tennessees, the Ole Misses of the world. I'm sorry, man. Y'all, the writing is on the wall. These kids will be able to not only get paid, but now it's the choice of, do you go to a program like in Alabama where you're down there in a place like Tuscaloosa, or, don't get me wrong, nothing against the state of Tennessee, but Knoxville is not Los Angeles. It just ain't. It just ain't, bro. You can get your bag, you can play home, and you know that if the teams can sell you on the fact that they will be able to they build something, and you can be at the forefront of that, it's a whole different conversation we're having as far as like long-term marketability and getting up to legend status. Just playing that flag out there. Watch out for these big market teams and see how this is slowly going to shift. And mark my words, SMU is on their way back. Dallas.
Pony Express, baby.
Pony Express, baby. No more death penalty. They are on their way back. Mark my words, they will be a top-tier contender in the give them 3 years. 3 years.
That's a hot take. I don't know about that. I don't know about like title contention in 3 years. That's kind of crazy.
Just saying, bro. They only lost in the playoffs because they just simply didn't have the horses. But they did rip their way, watered down ACC to be in position to do so. Should have took down Clemson and Dabo Sweeney and company, but yeah, they were there. They were there unexpectedly. Meanwhile, the Florida States of the world were not there.
They ain't gonna never be there. That shit old with. That shit old with.
Hey, what Jay-Z say? Scott Boras, you over, baby. Robinson Cano, you coming with me?
Like, hey, that committee, like, hey, That shit over with, cuz. That shit over with. You went undefeated and laid that egg in that bowl game, and you answer that up with a 2-win season next season. that shit over with.
Hey, you see, they trying to get out the ACC on the first ticket possible, boy.
Still in the ACC trying to get out, swinging, punching at the air.
You literally getting dragged to the finish line, kicking and screaming. So, but nonetheless, y'all, we appreciate y'all tuning in to the latest episode of the Chris Logic podcast, man. I hope y'all enjoyed us discussing the state of the NIL. Nico, I'm a leaving.
Nico, I'm a leaving. Is it Ayu Mayu Lama or something like? It's something crazy like that.
I Leva, I think is the technical term for it. But I'm a believer. This is hilarious, bro. Like, I don't know how long you been sitting on that one, but buddy, that is priceless comedy there.
Nico, I'm a leaving.
No doubt. Well, we're gonna be leaving y'all to it. We hope y'all come rock with us on the next episode of the podcast, man. We're gonna have a special treat on this next one coming up here, man. Which I probably would say it's going to be more NBA talk, just a heads up, and some entertainment as well.
It's playoff time. Of course it's going to be NBA talk.
Playoffs,
of course.
Man, playoffs. That's right, man. We are here. Where the real basketball season begins in the playoffs. And shout out to my Orlando Magic, man, getting out of the play-in, getting ready to face off against the Boston Celtics here.
Sweep.
What?
Hey, you know what? Let me
so disrespectful.
Let me correct myself. It probably won't be a sweep, but it will be. But Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, whoever else you can think of, Boston 5.
Boston, Austin, Charleston, don't matter. Magic in 5.
Yeah, you smoke crack rocks.
That's right, I smoke a good brand of crack rocks. So you let me down my magical crack rocks. Go Magic, beat the Celtics.
But before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody for that's been rocking with us. We appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
We promise that we will get back on a more consistent schedule with the releases. We just life been lifing, but we're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get back to it on a more consistent basis for you guys. The goal is to have at least one weekly, and we've been falling a little bit short of that. So we go get that right. We go right that ship. But yeah, we back at it, and hopefully the next episode after this will be to you soon. We're going to have another treat for you guys. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. This is your boy Zay. You have any final thoughts for us? Go ahead and have at it. If not, we out.
We are out on that note. Like the man said, we will holler at you on the next episode of the Chris Logic podcast. Y'all boys be easy. And ladies. Peace.